when the oceans covered the earth, and the first fish with jaws swam the seas, there were sharks. When the first amphibians crawled up on the shore, and dinosaurs stalked the earth, there were sharks. When Tyrannosaurus Rex ruled the land, sharks swam the seas. When the great whales evolved, new predators arose. Among them, Carcharodon megalodon, patriarch of the white shark clan. Evolution has given us sharks that live today much as their ancient relatives lived during the time of the dinosaurs. Masterful predators who monitor the ecology of the oceans, ridding the seas of the weak and wounded. Creatures who know no enemies in their natural habitat. We are now in the latest chapter in a 400 million year saga, and sharks have found an enemy, a human enemy. There has been little human contact with sharks until this century, but the more we discover the food and fun the oceans offer, the more we enter the shark's environment and into a one-sided competition for the role of the apex predator of the seas. Before we accidentally close the evolutionary chapter on sharks, there is much to learn about these magnificent creatures and how they fulfill their assigned role in nature's grand scheme. Welcome to the bridge. Routes for you to explore include the food chain, what is a shark, sharks and humans, and shark trivia. Move the cursor to this area and click the remote control to get a brief guided tour of Shark Alert.
Billions of microscopic plants called phytoplankton float near the surface of the sea. These tiny, free-floating plants capture the energy of the sun to produce carbohydrates and release vital oxygen into the water. These oceanic plants are analogous to the vast wheat fields of the plains on land, and they provide the basic food to nourish life in the oceans. Hosts of small creatures, called as a group zooplankton, graze on the aquatic plant. The buttons on the screen represent each broad level of the food chain. To remove a level and learn the consequences, select a button. There are nearly 30,000 species of fish, and most of those are small fishes. If these fish and invertebrates, the crustaceans, were to be removed from the food chain, large fish, as well as seals, otters,
It's Shark Trivia, the game of choice where you find out whether you sink or swim as a shark expert. Here's how the game is played. Listen to the question, then choose answer A, B, or C. If you need the question repeated, click anywhere in the center of the screen. Choose this button to move to the next question. Return will take you back to the main menu. And now, live and in person from Sherman's Lagoon, your host, Sherman.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, here's the first question. Shark vision is strong in recognizing A, color, B, contrast, C, depth perception. Negatory. The correct answer is B. Which of the following is not a group of sharks? A. Weasel sharks. B. Mink sharks. C. Cat sharks. Nice try. Wrong, but nice try. The correct answer is B.
Chame, Tiburon, Requiem, Shark. Regardless of the language, the name is synonymous with fear. In 1974, a young author named Peter Benchley wrote his first novel, Jaws, and unleashed a worldwide confrontation with that fear.
The fear of sharks is as old as mankind and as profound as any fear known to man. It's a fear of the unknown, a fear of the alien, and more specifically, a fear of the worst death imaginable, to die by being eaten. When I wrote Jaws, I knew for a fact that it couldn't be successful. First of all, it was a first novel, and nobody reads first novels. Second of all, it was a first novel about a fish, and who cared? And I knew they couldn't possibly make a movie out of it because you can't catch and train a great white shark, and I was sure the technology wasn't good enough to build one. So much for what I knew. The impact of the book and the movie of Jaws were both unexpected and extraordinary. There was a lot of reaction that was, I can say, certainly neurotic. People overreacted. There was a woman walking down the street in St. Louis who claimed she was being pursued by a shark. There was a lot of hysteria. I think that what I did inadvertently was touch a nerve that simply hadn't been touched before. And
Welcome to the watery world of sharks. This will serve as your vehicle to explore